Gemini. This is going to be your December reading for 2019. So this will be a monthly reading and will capture all of the energies that you might encounter throughout December. I want to thank all of you, first of all, who were waiting for any type of reading towards the end of November and in the middle of November, as Mercury retrograde was having some fun in my life and mixing things up and making things a little bit more difficult than usual. But as usual, per Mercury retrograde, a lot of things are really working out well for me. So I'm glad about that. Hopefully you experienced a much softer Mercury retrograde in your life, Gemini, but you know, if not, we can honor that things are going to be getting a little bit smoother from here on out. So let's see what you have going on for the month of December. Lots of cards flopping out. I love it. We need just one more of these. Hope you all had a good November. There's lots of holidays coming up if you celebrate any type of particular holiday, and if not, obviously there's just a lot of things going on in the world in general. So hopefully you're enjoying and enduring. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Gemini. Oh, lovely. You've got the 10 wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. You have the 3 of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Ace of Swords. So let's start off here for you. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is always going to be when something is changing in your life, and it's not like a huge life-altering cycle type of a change or leveling. It's more of like you can feel it, you know it's different, and things are changing, and you're aware of it. It also usually comes with some kind of a gift because it's lucky, and it comes along, you know, with Jupiter energy. So there is some sort of an essence of a gift coming your way in December due to this culmination. So something in your life has finished up, wrapped up, you've learned some lessons, and this little wheel here is churning, and you get to start something new. So it's almost like when you're reading a book and you get to the end of a chapter and nothing really changes drastically, but it does change. You know, the end of the book is more like the world card, and that's a lot different, whereas this is just one of those middle milestones kind of in your life. So this could be a commitment, this could be a promotion, this could be a self-realization or a new goal, a new move, you know, new relationship, new friendship, new creative process, new group that you've joined. So the wheel is going to be that felt shift with a little bit of luck. Okay, now let's see here. We have the 3 of Cups, and typically we get the 3 of Cups when we're celebrating something that we've made. We recognize that we've made something and it feels good. There's a lot of emotion and feelings that go along with the 3 of Cups, and it's really to signify when we come together with 2 cups and then that next level of celebration. So 2 cups have come together and recognize that they have a choice with each other in what they want to make with each other, and then they move into the 3, which is what they know. So the 3 is always knowing your own feelings and recognizing the emotions that surround that. Now you also have the Queen of Cups coming up. And the Queen of Cups is there to signify that there's some sort of feeling and emotion that can be observed, held, reproduced, and utilized in some way. You know, the King is always going to be somebody who brings energy in and creates with it. The Queen is going to receive the energy and push it back out in a more meaningful way. And it's not a lot of action. It's more of the observation and the information collecting. Okay, it's the nurturing part. It's the feminine of feelings. So, you know, this is a Pisces type energy for you, Gemini, and it's really going to tell you to recognize your emotions. Use the feminine side of how we dictate things and go through our day-to-day lives, and making sure that you're not just acting, you know, where you're actually absorbing and nurturing the feelings and emotions that you have. You don't always have to act on feelings and emotions. Sometimes you can sit and observe and actually nurture and recreate. Pardon me. Now we also have the Ace of Swords coming up here, which is awesome because it's like you are going to have some sort of new truth, new opportunity around communication, just new mental work is going to be happening in December for you. And it's really awesome when we get this single swords here, this Ace of Swords, because it's like you've been opened up to some kind of a new truth, and you get to hold that truth, and it's powerful and it's divine. You're being given some sort of new communication, new way of receiving communication, a new way of thinking, some kind of a new idea. So that's really kind of like what's coming up with this ending here. You're also getting, obviously we always get these continual and consistent beginnings when we have endings. So while you recognize what it is that you know and what you've made, you're also honoring and nurturing feelings with some sort of truth that's coming through. So let's get you an oracle card, Gemini, and see if we can get just a little bit more information and maybe some advice for December for you. Now, I will not be posting as many readings moving forward. I have had a lot of changes in where my time and priorities are as I get more paying clients and more people wanting to, you know, pay me for my time and these services. I do have to cut back on the free ones. So while I recognize that will affect all the subscribers and new folks out there watching, I do appreciate you recognizing that, yay, this is actually a good thing for me. Because while I love to offer these free readings, this is also my business. So I'm excited that it's growing, and that's good stuff. But I will be posting kind of like a treat for everybody around the end of December that'll be different than the monthly readings or the moon readings that I usually do. So keep an eye out for that. All right, Gemini, let's see what we got here. Get you an advice card for December. All right, you have seek the truth. Now, when we get the Seven of Wands, that is always asking you about what you're passionate about. What is it that you feel gives you fire? What wakes you up every morning? Really seeking that actual truth. You know, being honest with yourself about what is passionate for you. When you wake up in the morning, are you like totally jazzed to go to work? Or are you totally jazzed about the partner you're with? Are you totally jazzed about the friends that you have and the ideas and goals and creative processes that you have? If any of those areas don't have or hold passion and you're doing something that isn't really what you love, then that's where it's saying seek the truth. Seek the truth of what you truly want and go for it. So if you're having like lackluster and no passion in certain areas of your life, this is kind of like that signifier to say go for what really makes your heart soar. You know, what makes you feel amazing? Because if you don't feel amazing about your job, you need to be truthful with yourself and say, you know, maybe I need to go on a different path. The sevens are always talking about our path. So if it's not the perfect relationship for you, Gemini, definitely check in with yourself. Be truthful. Is this working? If it's a educational endeavor or a move or, you know, some kind of a different thing in your life that's happening due to this shift and this new truth, you know, seek the truth. That's this. You're going to utilize that one truth and move forward with it. So once you can seek it and define it, you're going to hold it and you're going to bring it forward and figure out what your path is. Because you really can't go anywhere on your path until you seek your truth. Sevens always ask us, is it still worth it? So is that job still worth it? Is that person still worth it? Friendship, relationship, the money that you're making, the creative process, the goals, you know, whatever it is for you, Gemini, is it still worth it? Because you need to seek that truth so that you can get that new truth, really start moving forward into a new cycle. So I'm going to also pull a card for the full moon, and that will fall on December 12th, and it'll be the middle of the month. So we're going to get kind of like a 2-week heads up of what you can do around that full moon. So let's see if there's any advice for you, Gemini. What's this advice for December 12th full moon? Lots of truth happening, truth seeking. Good stuff. All right. You are very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. All right, you're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, Gemini? So keep that in mind. Let's get some clarifiers for these tarot cards here in front of us. But you know, around that full moon, it's saying knowing, holding on, making sure you're not letting go of the dream. Just because you can't see below the surface of what's happening doesn't mean it's not right there growing. You just got to give it a little bit more time so it can break through the surface and really start to grow. So sometimes really holding on to your truths and holding on to what really drives you wild. You know, it seems like passion and emotion are a big part of December for you. Let's get some clarifiers and see if we can figure out maybe a little bit more of what's going on with this Wheel of Fortune, all these emotions, and the truth that you're trying to find and really bring to the surface for yourself. Because the Seven of Wands always says, hey, are you really doing what you want to be doing? Find that truth in yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because if you see yourself doing something totally different, you should probably be doing that rather than letting yourself go down a path that, you know, isn't meant for you and doesn't feel good. All right, looks like you have the Eight of Cups here, the Strength card. You have this Four of Pentacles and Six of Swords. All right, Gemini, let's see what we've got here. Now you have the Wheel of Fortune coming up with this Eight of Cups, and whenever you get the Eight of Cups, it always wants to signify that you've kind of walked away from something. You've walked away from something that just doesn't serve you anymore. The feelings and the joy and everything that we love to do wasn't there anymore. Like when you first started, yes, it was definitely there, but at some point it became something where your emotional strength was tested and you needed to walk away. So you've walked away from something that definitely just didn't serve you anymore. You're done with it. And maybe that's what's happened here with this shift. You've left something. So that could be a job that you were not liking anymore. You knew it wasn't your passion. It wasn't feeling good. It could be that relationship, that creative endeavor that never really pulled through, or something you didn't really have your full heart in. Because these are all your emotions and feelings. And you are walking away knowing in your heart, because the intuition's there, that this is just done. And it's no longer there. So the world is asking you to have emotional strength throughout this, you know, this ending that's occurring. So something for you, Gemini, is ending, and it's because of the walkaway that's happened at some point in your past. You walked away from something, and now all this stuff is shifting for you. Now we have the Three of Cups where we are celebrating. And here again you get another 8. So you have this Eight of Cups over here, and then right next to it you have the Strength card, which is the major arcana of the 8s. Now with Strength, it's telling you you have the strength. And you don't have to use brute force. You don't have to, you know, manipulate. This is the Empress here, and she is loving and joyous to this lion. And he is cooperating. It's showing that you can really get what you need by being loving and open and honest. Honest and really realizing how the world and the universe works as far as how we interact with ourselves, with spirit, and with other people. So having the strength to get through things. So there may be something that you're being asked to be having strength with. And, you know, in some way it's almost like you're celebrating the strength that you've had up to this point. In December, you're going to really realize what kind of strength you've had and the bravery it has taken to really grab the lion and roll with it and make it your friend, and, you know, have this awesome relationship with beast and beauty. You know, it's that balance. So really cool. It's like you're celebrating strength celebrating the walk away. You know, seeing that this new cycle is happening for you. Now we have the Queen of Cups here coming up with this Four of Pentacles. Now, fours always are going to ask us if we know what we realize. You know, like, what do we realize? What are we realizing? Now, the Queen of Cups is realizing she's going to sit there and observe and nurture and create more feelings and emotions. She knows what's in her cup. However, this individual is sitting there holding on tight to something. So there may be something, Gemini, that you need to let go of. Okay, whether that's a belief or that job that's not serving you, that relationship, you know, that we were talking about, seeking the truth. This is like holding on to it. And the Queen would not hold on to something like that, knowing that, well, you have to make a little bit of risk. You have to take, you know, the sacrifices. And that's how you can really make these grow. You know, if you're wanting to move on to the 5s and the 6s, you may have to deposit one of these or invest, right? So instead of hanging on so tightly to something, Gemini, it may be a really good idea for you to let go and nurture, honor, rather than holding on tight and trying to control. You know, it's obvious that it took a while to get these, and so it is hard to let go. You know, if this is a belief, or if this is the money that you have and you're like, no, it's taking me so long to get this, I really don't want to let go of it or make any moves that will make me, you know, lose this. However, if you stay stuck here, that's where you'll always be. So this is actually no movement happening here, okay? And she's not moving, and this person's not moving. So what's happening? You know, there has to be some kind of movement, and it's seeking that truth, truly. I mean, you're very close to achieving your goal, it says, halfway through the month. So really hanging on there. And this card right here even validates that further. You have the Ace of Swords, coming up, which is definitely signifying that new truth, that new communication, new idea, new thought that comes through, which brings you out of really choppy water and off into a better path. Okay, the Six of Swords is going to say that there is some sort of decision. There's been a choice that's been made. And you're taking all these truths and these ideas, and you're moving away from some pretty rough things. You may have been going through that rough time, right? But as you look at both of these, they're both moving away from the hard times. They're taking off. They're done. Done with this crap, done with this choppy water, moving away from the hard times. And that's only because they've let go. You know, this person here is not trying to get on the boat because he's like, whoa, I may lose one of these. You know, no, I could go back to 3 then. That's not where I want to be. But this person knows that in order to get away from the choppy water, he's going to have to make a choice to move forward and get out of where they're at currently and bringing forward the new ideas, the communication that's happened, and the new truth into the new future. So seeking that truth is going to be really big for you, Gemini. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Please, please, please hit the like button. Also, I still have that tarot giveaway going on. So if you have not signed up for it, check for the little video that'll pop up somewhere right here. And I still need like 100 people to sign up on my website before I can do the drawing, because that's in the rules. So definitely help me out there, and all the other people who've signed up who've been waiting to get this drawing on the over with. Geez, I've been hanging on to this brand new tarot deck for a minute. So definitely sign up, and I will be posting something cool around the end of December, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy.